the red zone that didn't, come away with points. Seemed like that seemed to be the big part of the game. It seemed like
I don't know. I don't know about all that. I mean, there's no question we fumbled the ball in the red zone. We missed a field goal that we should make. We can't stop the run in the second half. There's some issues that add up to a loss. Proud of our team for fighting. We're missing a lot of key players. Lost some more today. I do like the effort, and looking forward to getting out of here and going back to Vegas. Congratulations to New England.
Hey, guys, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, so go ahead and just ask your question when you're ready.
Hey, John, you talked about the run defense. How much of that is on Cam that the running backs maybe had some more room to run the Eagle?
When you hand the ball off and there's nobody there, it's a lot more than that. I give Cam credit, give the Patriots credit. We got to take a good look at what happened on those plays. Obviously, we missed some tackles and we had a couple players out of their gap. And not against the New England Patriots, not against anybody.
John, Damien from USA Today, that field goal that you had late in the game, right around the 11-minute mark, I think it was there any consideration about maybe going for it on that one?
We made it 23-13. We pinned them back. We had them second and long. We have a penalty in our secondary. No, there wasn't. It was a two-possession game, and I don't regret it at all.
John, it said, Graney, you just talked about the effort. Is there anything about this team compared to the last two that you're confident they'll bounce back and show resiliency against Buffalo next week and put this behind them?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get a good look at the medical report, see who's going to be able to play. But I like our team. We're a young team. It showed at times today. I wasn't perfect either. I made plenty of mistakes, but I do like the team. I like the way they hustle. I like the way they finish. We just got to play better in some key situations.
Hey, Coach, what were the Patriots doing against Darren Waller that made it difficult for him to make plays this week after the big that he had last week?
No, we have a lot of good receivers. We didn't come in here today to target Waller every play. Credit New England. They had a nice game plan. They got pressure on our quarterback a few times. We had Waller open. The film is out there for everybody to look at, but New England did a nice job. They did a better job than we did today.
John, this is Hondo Carpenter. With so many injuries coming into the game and then during the game, can you make too much of a loss? I mean, don't you have to keep it in perspective with a 16-game season?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, no doubt. We lose Brian Edwards today. We've already lost Tyrell Williams. We've lost Ruggs. We're missing two right tackles in our left guard, our middle linebacker, and we're in our second game. You start to wonder what the hell's going on, but this is the National Football League. It's for mentally tough men. We're all professionals. We're all getting paid. We need some young guys to step up, so be it.
You guys don't get a first down until early on in the fourth quarter. What was the biggest issue on your guys' third down efficiency?
Well, I think we were 1 for 7. I think a lot of that had to do, they were 3rd and 8s. We got pressure on the quarterback, I believe. Credit New England. You get behind in the sticks. If you have a lot of third downs against the Patriots, they've proven over the years they're pretty good. They got a lot of talented secondary people.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Fire away when ready, guys.
Hunter, it's Ed Graney. Is it good next week? John was talking about, given how today and all the injuries, you'll have an opportunity to kind of bounce back and kind of show in 2020 the resiliency compared to the last 2 years in terms of how you bounce back?
Yeah, I think that's the thing you got to love about the NFL as opposed to college. You lose one game in college and you can't go win a national championship, right? And in the NFL, you can lose 5 or 6 games and still go to the Super Bowl. And so you get another week, another shot next week against a really good team in the Bills at our place. And hopefully we can continue to play well there. And we're already off to the next one.
How frustrating was it? Just some penalties, some turnovers in the red zone, just some sloppy play that uncharacteristic so far this year.
Yeah.
Talk about that frustration.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but also encouraging because we know if we don't make those mistakes, we put ourselves in a good chance to be competitive. And we know it's it's everything that we've done, I think they made some great plays, obviously, but if we can control what we can control and go out there and and take care of the ball and protect the quarterback and make some catches, then we'll have a good chance at winning. So I think it's definitely frustrating, but at the same time, we're excited about coming on this next week, making the corrections, and we get to play in 6.5 more days. So that's encouraging.
All set, guys?
Hey, Hunter, could you take us through that play, that catch you made that stopped at the goal line there?
Yeah, so we were in our 2-minute drill. Got the ball right back before the half, I guess. We didn't have too much time. Hit some big plays to set us up, and that's a play we've been working on all year. And it so happened that it came open, and Derek did a good job of progressing and hit me down the sideline. I knew I wasn't in. I knew as soon as I got up. I kind of told Nelly that I was short, but it was good to get Foster the touchdown and be, I think it was 13-10 at that point. I think it was like a one-possession game going into the half, and so we had some momentum, but we just had to do a better job of executing on it.
Could you tell they were focused on Darren Waller, and how big a factor was that, you think?
I think they did a great job of just playing underneath coverage, you know. I think Darren, when he has a monster game the way he does, he's going to attract a lot of attention. But we got to do a better job on third down. I don't know what we were, but we were not good. And that falls on all of us. And if they're going to take Darren away, then it gives other people opportunities, because that's just the type of player he is and the respect he's earned.
Hunter, that being said, would you say that it was more something that you guys didn't do in execution, or was it something that the Patriots did differently than you saw against Carolina and New Orleans?
Yeah, I think a little of both. I think obviously the Patriots are a really good team for a reason. I think they do a really good job of taking people away. But at the same time, we got to execute better. When we don't play well and they do a good job, then you get an outcome like today.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Ask away.
Foster, unfortunately, kind of shot yourselves in the foot a couple of times in the red zone. How frustrating was that, knowing that the game could have been different with a little more discipline?
Yeah, can't expect to win too many football games, turning the ball over as many times as we did today. You just got to get back out there for practice. We got a really good game coming up against the Bills. You gotta get in the red zone. You gotta score points. We're doing it all last week, but we gotta learn how to win around here. We gotta focus on the week at hand, the game at hand, and try to be 1-0 every week.
Foster, Levi Damien from USA Today. When in situations like this where Darren Waller's not getting a lot of targets, do you in any way feel like any increased responsibility to take on some of that load?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, I'm only as good as my brother. And if I'm called upon to make a play, that's great. I'm ready for it. But we just got to do our jobs at the end of the day. If you target me on a couple of passes today, just got to come down with them. I'm only as good as my teammates. I'm only as good as Derek. I'm only as good as the pro. And if they are going to try and punt vice Darren, yeah, you got to make a play when the ball's thrown to you. But, no added pressure, nothing like that, no.
Foster, you said the team has to learn how to win. Does it also have to learn how to face adversity and come back next week from this and not let it spiral?
Absolutely. I think we're a team that's faced a lot of adversity so far, and we've been coming out on top. Today was not a day, obviously, that it's not a result that we wanted. But we're going to come back and we're going to put together a great game plan, have a great week of practice, and give it our all to win against the Bills.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it, guys.
Questions for Maxx?
Hey, Maxx, the Patriots had a lot of success on the ground today. Why have you guys struggled with going against the run so far this season?
I think it's just discipline, staying in our gaps, not trying to do too much. It goes for the whole defense. We got to be in our gap and just do our job and make tackles, and we're not doing a good enough job of that right now.
That's sometimes the case. Guys just trying to do too much when they get out of position like that.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's super early in the season. We're trying to gel right now, and we thought that was a really winnable game. We were in a good situation and we didn't come through. So we just got to get better. There's no excuses.
Maxx, you guys had the cross-country trip, real emotion-charged win last week, a short rest. People could look from a distance and say, maybe you could see this coming. I'm assuming you guys aren't thinking that way.
No, there's no excuse. We've done it before and won games on short weeks. There's no excuse. We were in that game, and we let it slip away. We can't do that. They're a super disciplined team, and they got the better of us today. But we just got to keep chipping away and get better.
Hey, Maxx, on a personal level, it had to feel good to break out and get the 2 sacks today. How hard is Cam Newton to bring down as a big quarterback and a mobile quarterback?
It felt good, but at the end of the day, we didn't get the job done. So it's it's bittersweet. So it is what it is. He's a big guy, but it's like any other quarterback. You just got to get him on the ground.
Maxx, despite those 2 sacks, did you feel like there was something that you could have done in this game to, like you said, a lot of times people like maybe not working as well against the run or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, for sure. I know I didn't play my best. I had 2 penalties, I think, in the first half alone, which is unacceptable. I got reached one time, so I know there's a few plays that I wish I could have back, but it is what it is. The game's over. We can't do anything about it now. We just got to learn from it, watch the film, and get ready for Buffalo.
Hey, Maxx, you guys did a pretty good job of containing Cam, but Rex Burkhead gave you some trouble. What was he doing that was so tough to bring him down, I guess?
Like I said earlier, I think it was just discipline. I think we have to make tackles. We got to make tackles in space. We got to stay in our gaps. We got to have, more penetration up front. There's a lot of things. It was a close game, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're up by like 20 out of nowhere. So that's the NFL, especially playing the Patriots. They're a dynasty. The team knows how to win. So we just got to get better. We got to be more consistent, and we got to play better every down.
Thanks, Maxx.
Appreciate it.
Okay, questions for Josh, guys?
Josh, you feel you left some points on the board with a couple of those drives that you got down near their goal line and weren't able to finish?
Yeah, definitely. We had a couple of drives where we moved the ball very well. We got to just work on red zone execution and try not to beat ourselves in certain situations.
Josh, kind of along those lines, what do you think was your guys' biggest issue in the red zone today?
Fundamentals. And leave it up to them. They're a great team. They converted on all of our turnovers just about. And man, we just got to come in and fix the little things, whether it's communicating to block the end and for the tackle to block the end or things like that. Just communications, discipline, and fundamentals, man. We just got to come out and do that better next week.
Josh, obviously you talk about the turnovers. Obviously you had the fumble there. Is that something where you have a short-term memory, or is it really going to sit on you?
I think I'll think about it more after the game, but during the game, I'll just go to the next play. I play the next play, and I try to give all my effort each play. And this week I'm going to try to come in to practice and just make sure I overemphasize just protecting the ball. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience, something that definitely bugged me, though.
Josh, as you look around and you see all the guys that are hurt, the guys that couldn't start, the guys that got hurt during the game, is that alarming at all, or is that just life in the NFL?
It's life in the NFL, I think. I don't know anybody that's been in this league for a long time or that plays in this league that comes into a game fully healthy. It's just the nature of the game. We got to learn how to take care of ourselves better, whether it's nutrition or going in there with the trainers and getting extra PT and things like that. Just try to come out here and get a competitive edge.
Is this loss more frustrating because it was close for a while? The game was pretty close for a while there.
It's definitely frustrating. It's definitely frustrating because we know we could be better. We know it's a lot of things that we should have did better. But credit to them, man. They capitalized on our mistakes.
Hey, Josh, you ran the ball pretty well today, but I think you only had around 16 carries. In that kind of situation, especially when the game is still close, do you ever think about asking for the ball, or do you kind of just have to go with the flow of the offense?
In critical moments, of course, me being the type of player I am, I want the ball, but I'm definitely not a selfish player. That wasn't a scheme for us exactly, and we kind of got behind and had to pass more, so that's just the way the game played out.
You guys all set? Okay. Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
Is it unmuted?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Go ahead, guys. Questions for Derek?
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Frustrating loss, given how it was winnable. You guys were in a position to either tie games or take leads. Sort of shot yourself in the foot a few times. How frustrating was that part of it?
Is it frustrating because it was a close game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was the whole, situationally the game was frustrating. I think they obviously they won the turnover thing, and they won in the situations, obviously on third down, all that good stuff. So it was frustrating, but at the same time, we come in at halftime, after, that we went 2 minutes, we spread them out, we went down the field, and then, we at halftime we felt good about it, and then coming out, obviously it got away from us.
Derek, a couple of the guys have talked about this. What about this specific team makes you confident next week you can put this aside and kind of face the adversity of this week by going on to next week?
Oh, yeah. We're always confident. What did you expect, for New England to roll over after what, happened last week? They're going to come in here guns blazing. Coach said it all week. They're going to play their best game, and we better bring ours. And we didn't play our best game, and we still made it a game. We still ran the ball efficiently. We still threw it when we could, when we wanted to, where we wanted to. When they didn't, take certain things away. We loved the plan, so there's a lot of confidence there. We just didn't end up with the win.
Does that also fall in line with, no excuses obviously, but a lot of injured players, you're missing wide receivers, offensive linemen, still be competitive in spite of what the score looked like. That hurt.
Yeah, you know me, Vin. There's no excuse, man. You just blame me. I'm used to it.
Well, Derek, obviously what people are talking about is the fact that Darren Waller didn't get a lot of targets in this game. Was it something that the Patriots are doing, and if so, what was that?
Yeah, yes and no. There was one play. There was one play I missed him on, but they did a good job of making it look like a double when they weren't doubling him. You know what I'm saying? They do a good job, man. And you don't have 3 seconds to. Is he really doubling? You got to play the game fast. You got to make your decisions. And I owned up to that. I said, hey man, I missed you on that one. That was my fault. But besides that, there was times where, when he was in certain spots, they'd drop underneath him. When he was in other spots, they'd double him. They'd check to this or check to that. There was. That's what they try and do. And you saw Hunter have a big day. You got to. With this team, you got to figure out, they're playing in situational football, third downs and red zone, especially who they're going to try and double, who they're going to try and take away. And obviously, where most of our targets usually go,
Derek, you said Monday night something to the effect of, Belichick's already got a day's head start on me. Mm-hmm. When you look at this game and you see the game you came off of, the cross-country flight from a distance, you can look at this and say, man, this looked like this was coming. But I assume you guys don't think that way.
Yeah, Jerry, I can't look at it that way. Again, our plan was great. I thought, they had some plays, we had some plays, and it was close. It was a fight, man. They'd take some away, I'd have to throw it away or run or try and scramble. But then we'd get what we wanted and we'd hit it, And so the plan and all that kind of stuff was good. It's the turnovers, man. Like the first turnover, they make it look like man. They play zone. We get the exact. Coach called a perfect play. Josh made a perfect read. I went to throw it to him, and then I got hit, from the other side, which happens. And then the other turnover, Josh down in the red zone. Obviously, he doesn't fumble the ball a lot, man. He wants that one back. And then the fumble down when we were backed up. I went to step up. They played a zone. I went to step up and go through my read. Had a little pressure to my left. I tried to to my right, try to step up. And then as I was getting hit, man, I just tried to get the ball out of the end zone. so we didn't have a safety, but then end up fumbling because the second guy hit it out. So I sit there and I say, yeah, I mean, they won the game and, they took it over in the second half, but I feel confident in what we came in with. There was never a moment where I was like, man, they just have our number. Man, they just got us. Like they got us on a couple, but we threw it and ran it very efficiently and how we wanted to, and especially with the shots we were able to hit.
Hey, Derek, I know hindsight is 20/20, but with that field goal that you guys had early in the fourth quarter, kind of looking back, do you kind of wish maybe you guys went for it in that moment, or were you pretty certain that decision to settle for the 3 there?
I think with the way, I think it was 11:50 something left, 12 something. I can't remember the number exactly, but the way our defense was playing, we felt great. To be honest, we're like, yeah, let's get the points. We should get some more possessions here, and then they were able to run off some pretty big runs. And that's football, and has nothing to do with me. And then the decision to kick it or go for it, that's not even up to me, man.
Last 2 guys.
This is Hondo Carpenter. My colleagues have referenced the short week and all of that. But with so many injuries and so many guys down, I know you're not going to make excuses, but it is a realistic thing. You just can't make more of one loss than what it is in a 16-game season, correct?
Oh, yeah, gosh, no. Yeah, especially with, if we went out there and, we weren't able to do one single thing right, then there's a problem. Then we got to look, what's going on. Everyone took turns today. We lost the turnover battle and we lost the situational battle, and that's all it is. And it's one game. If we're gonna blow up everything after the good things that we've done after one game, then this ain't for some of those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are just fine. We're gonna be fine, and we better have a good week of practice because we got another playoff team coming to our stadium ready to. They smell blood in the water. Well, we gotta be ready to fight for that.
Last one. All set? All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.